We all really enjoy playing Commander. I mean, why else would we spend tons of our hard-earned money to buy these pieces of cardboard, right? Because we want to have a fun game of Commander with our friends. I definitely had a lot of fun games and clutch comeback stories from my game nights with my friends, and I'll always cherish those memories. That's pretty much why I keep coming back and spending more cash on this card game, because simply, Commander really is a fun format. Except when it's not. That's right. Today, we're gonna talk about some extremely annoying cards that just make the game a pain to play. There are just some cards out there that are just a hassle to play against. Cards that make people sigh once they're cast. Cards that slowly suck out all the joy and passion in every Magic player's eyes. Cards that feel like only a sadistic psychopath would play. Cards that make you say, why are you doing this? Okay, I'm being overdramatic, but seriously, these cards are so annoying. So this list isn't ranked in any particular order, and I also got suggestions from my friends about what they think is the most annoying card, and oh boy, do we have some cards. So, if you don't see a card that you personally hate, go ahead and leave it in the comments. So, to start this list, the first annoying card is every single counterspell ever. Don't you just love spending your hard-earned cash on a brand new commander only to have it countered in your first game? Oh, what's that? You actually want to cast spells in this game? Well, too bad, said every blue player ever. It's like investing all your money on a new crypto coin only to get the rug pulled the next day. You spend all that mana and you get nothing in return.
So you get nothing! You lose! Good day, sir!
I have a personal story about this one. There was this guy at my local game store I got really close with. He was always chill and really easy to get along with. And one time, we were having a casual game while he was running his Winota deck. This was before the ban, by the way. So, dude plays Winota. I counter it with a disdainful stroke, and he just stopped talking to me the whole week. Honestly, I don't even blame him. Counter spells just have that passive effect of making everyone dislike you at the table. The thing is, you have fun by playing the game, right? And counter spells make you feel like you're not playing the game at all, and nobody wants to play with you if you do that. Honestly, a blue player has an easier time getting the cards they need for their Baral deck than finding friends to play Commander with. That's the paradox of being a blue player. You need friends to play the game, but you can't get friends to play the game with because you're a blue player. Alright. Next card, we got Rhystic Study. Ooh boy, honestly, the card draw engine, well, it's pretty bad. But what annoys people the most is the constant, will you pay the 1? You play your commander, will you pay the 1? You cast a ramp spell, will you pay the 1? You order some pizza, will you pay the 1? You lose all your cash in crypto, will you pay the 1? Your wife leaves and she takes the kids, will you pay the 1? It just gets so repetitive and annoying. Then you start seeing their hand build up from all those Rhystic Study triggers and think, oh boy, I sure hope that blue player didn't draw any counter spells. Haha, yeah, right. They always have a counter spell. Next card. Okay, this one's really bad. We got Grand Arbiter Augustine IV. And pretty much every other tax card out there, let's be real. If playing against counter spells is the equivalent of having no internet, then playing against Augustus over here is like having really slow connection. It's such a hassle to keep track of the mana costs, and it just makes the game slower at a painstakingly sluggish rate. Well, slower for you because the August player over here is moving at the speed of Lightning McQueen with all the cheaper spells they get to cast. Plus, it makes their counter spells even cheaper too. It's like investing all your cash into crypto, getting rug pulled, then having the IRS visit your home demanding tax payments for your failed investment. It's so much downside, and it's so hard to claw your way back to the top once it's on the board, but let me tell you, there's something even more annoying than that card. And that card is Winter Orb. Oh boy. Where do I start with Winter Orb? First, games take forever once this is down. Good luck developing your board. Second, you think paying an extra mana per spell is annoying? Well, how about playing with just 1 mana a turn? Third, it's colorless, so guess what? Any blue player with counterspells can slide this bad boy in their deck, so good luck taking it out of the board with the minimal amount of mana you have. And people who play this can just manipulate it so they get to fully untap their lands. It just feels so unfair to play against. It's like if someone cut off your arms, then challenged you to a boxing match. But you know what? You know what's worse than Winter Orb? Armageddon. Okay, that's debatable. I hate them both equally. But at least Winter Orb gives you 1 mana to play with, while Armageddon leaves you with nothing. And most players who use Armageddon find a way to keep their lands safe anyway, so they get to enjoy playing Magic while you sit there and stare at all the cards you spent your money on that you can't even play because some psychopath decided land destruction was a fun way to play the game. Well, I guess it is fun for them because you gotta be really sadistic to do that to your table. Okay, here's another personal story. There was this guy at my local game store that was infamous for using land destruction religiously. He'd run Armageddon and Winter Orb, and he also was an insufferable jerk. So, one time, he strolled into the store while 3 guys were looking for 1 more person for their game, and I kid you not, they all packed up and went home because they didn't want to put up with that guy's deck and attitude. So, moral of the story, if you want friends to play the game with, don't be a jerk and don't run land destruction in your deck. So, before we get to the last card, what card do you hate the most in Commander? Go ahead and leave a comment and I might mention it in the next video. Okay? You done? Okay. So, last card for now, we got Expropriate. Oh my god, do I hate this card. You the opponent get to make the choice, but it doesn't feel very pleasant when both choices are horrible. It's like picking between getting terminal cancer or having all your limbs chopped off. None of the choices lead to a good ending for you. You know it's really bad because once someone casts this, you start looking at everybody else hoping that someone has a counterspell available. This is the card that makes you love counterspells. This is the card that can make any blue player redeem themselves. If a blue player countered this in your table, they'd be like Arthur Morgan in your eyes. But if Expropriate unfortunately resolves, then it just puts them so far ahead that you're better off scooping as a response and moving to the next game to save your time. Well, anyway, thanks for watching the video, and if there are any annoying cards you want to suggest, go ahead and leave them in the comments. Bye-bye.